Welcome to my retirement story. For those of you that might be new here, I have posted on this YouTube channel as an elementary principal for the past few years, off and on, inconsistently, and I retired a year ago this past May, and I posted some videos about that were leading up to that retirement, and then I retired, had a super busy summer, had a lot of things going on, and then teachers and principals went back to work and I was lost. I have been an elementary principal for 20 years, and whenever you've done something for a really long time, then it is hard to redefine yourself and find your new purpose. So I struggled in August and September last year. Well, in September, I was invited to be an interim substitute principal for a district whose principal was not able to fulfill their contract, and finished out my 20th year as a principal last year and retired again in June. So here's that story. Another note is I'm trying to figure out my YouTube setup because it's been a while since I've done YouTube and I don't really know what mics, what cameras, what lighting, what works. And I'm really just trying to get information out there for people who asked. Somebody commented on my last video, wait, are you retired? Are you not retired? And yes, I am retired. If I was asked to do something, I probably would do it, but let me tell you what happened in September. In September, my mom had knee surgery, and I knew she was going to have knee surgery and that I was going to be gone for a week. Well, while I was home with my mom, a friend of mine, it popped up on my phone, a friend of mine's number popped up on my phone, and he was what I knew him as was a principal. We grew up as principals together, and then what I knew him as was a basketball official, a referee for basketball games, and I've always known him doing that. Well, when I saw his name pop up, I only viewed him as a basketball official. I forgot that he was a superintendent. Okay, I had a phone call come in while I was recording that, and I'm recording on my phone, but what I was saying was I forgot that he was a superintendent, and when he called, I was for sure I'm not going to be a basketball official in my retirement. There is no way. And then he asked me if I would fill in for a principal that wasn't able to fulfill their contract. And I had to, of course, think about it just for a minute. But when I asked my kids about it, I said, I've been asked to be a principal. It's going to be a drive, and I'm not going to be able to pick you up and take you and do things as much as I've always been able to do in my previous school. How do you guys feel about that? And I mean, their answer was instant. Well, if you will stop crying, then for sure you should take it. Because I was very emotional about not being a principal again and missing everybody. So last year I was the principal at a smaller school in southern Missouri and retired again in June. Another principal was hired. She's going to be amazing. I'm really excited for them. I miss them too. It was an awesome experience. I may do a video on critical shortage principaling, because another thing is that in Missouri, you can retire now and you can still go back to the classroom and teach or be a principal under the critical shortage rule and make your retirement plus whatever you make in that teaching position. So last year, I was making my retirement and then a paycheck from that school district last year. So let me back up a little bit, because when you retire, you will want to go to the meetings about retirement, how that works, and how much your paycheck is actually going to be with state taxes, federal taxes, and how much insurance is going to cost you when you have to pay for insurance yourself. We can continue to stay on school insurance and pay for that, or we can cancel school insurance and buy an independent plan. And I bought an independent plan and pay for my own insurance. So there's a whole bunch of different topics I could talk about in future videos about how all of those things work. I need to land this plane just a little bit, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what retirement is really like. My situation, my living situation, my life situation, I have two daughters. We move my 18-year-old to college tomorrow, and I have a junior in high school daughter, and she starts school on Monday. So the summer has still been a regular summer that I am used to. I've been in education for 30 years. I've usually had my summers off, or I'm used to having summers off and being able to do whatever I want to do in the summer. So life really isn't that different as far as this as my schedule in the summer. However, on Monday, I feel like it's legit. I'm retired. What am I going to do? And I'm going to say I love it, or I have loved it, and I don't want to say hated it, but then I've also hated it. I love it because of the unlimited time and no schedule, and I can do whatever I want, but I dislike it for the same reason, because I'm a schedule and I'm a routine person, and I always had like a to-do list and a checklist, and I don't really have that anymore. I love that I get to decide right now what I actually want to do for the rest of my life. I'm 53 years old and could have another career for 20 years, something totally different from education. But I also signed up to be a substitute teacher, and that wouldn't start until next week anyway, but that is an option. I wanted to have that option, and it's a process. Whether I choose to do it or not is another story, but I did sign up to do that. Another thing that's hard about retirement, and this is so funny because there's been famous people lately that have retired, and I hear them talk about it, or people ask them about it and what they're going to do. And it makes me feel like we have a connection, because I don't think they realize what retirement is going to be like, and I didn't realize what retirement was going to be like. I had always planned to retire last year, even though I didn't have a plan after I retired. I just knew that that was going to be the last year. So I was really glad the interim principal position came open last year. That kind of gave me a little bit softer of a fall into retirement. It was kind of a blessing to be able to know, okay, I have a year to get my crap together and then go on to the next thing, or whatever the next thing is. Another reason I love retirement is because I can be there for my kids and do whatever. But now that they're teenagers and both of them are driving and one of them's going to be gone, now they don't really need me, I feel like. I mean, they need me, but there's that feeling of, okay, now what do I do? They're gone all the time. They're out with their friends. They're doing all of those things. So then I have to find things for myself and with my friends. I've been to concerts, I've been to casinos, I've done a bunch of things this summer, but what is life really going to be like in these next couple of months? Another thing I love about retirement is whatever I want to make for lunch, I can make for lunch. I've done pretty good not eating out all the time, but I think that's a habit that I built the last 2 or 3 years of just trying to improve my health, and I talked about that a lot on the podcast. So I've mentioned a lot of things. What am I going to do? Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I tried 2 weeks of working on my website and in my Facebook group and creating digital products, because I love digital products, and I have a website, my Melinda S. Miller website, and I have a store on there, and I have this beautiful principal planner that is like rose gold and yellow and pink, and it has stickers, and it is so pretty. I love that planner. It's for sale if you want to be a digital planner. I have created another one to sell digital products. I created another pink planner, and it's a Start in July digital planner that you use on your iPad. Turn the TV on too. You might be able to hear the TV. Hold please, I'm gonna go turn the TV off. Okay, I'm back. That's another thing, is I can watch TV shows in the middle of the day now that I am retired. But anyway, I have the pink digital planner that I haven't posted to my website yet, but a lot of the stuff that I've created is for principals. I could create things, just digital products for just anybody. But another thing that I have to deal with in my retirement is the dog that you can hear growling below, because whenever I'm talking, The dog thinks I'm talking to a person and wants to be up here with me. So hang on, I'll put her up here with me for just a second. Okay. This is Minnie. She's made an appearance in a few of my videos, but being home with a pet that's as needy and as whiny as this pet is a challenge. So there's another, what I don't necessarily love about retirement is the clingy, needy pet that I have. Another thing that I started working on, and during my little 2-week of trying to figure out what I was going to do episode, another thing that I started working on was I thought I would do a principal subscription, like a monthly subscription where they would get, and here I made it. So I would make them principal, I would make earrings, and they would get principal stickers. I have these stickers that I made. Principal Life stickers. So they would get earrings, a sticker, a little notepad, and then I created, there's a spelling error on this, but then I created this cute little envelope with, hold please, this cute little thank you for my stores so that I was going to make a principal subscription. I just don't know. There's so many things that I can do. I'm trying not to rush myself and force myself to do all the things, but it's really hard because I really want to do all of the things. I need to try to just enjoy retirement and not be so like adamant about getting something done like right now and starting a new career, starting a new job. I need to probably spend a little bit of time just enjoying my time off to see what I really do like to do. So if you have any questions about retirement or of any of the stuff I've rambled about today, just leave a comment down below and I'll post some other links and stuff in the description for you. But what could YouTube after 50 look like? I have watched a few YouTube videos from people my age and they've been awesome. So I know that there is a desire for that content, but what would mine look like? I don't know, but I'll keep posting.